Welcome to this channel. I am Fact Mailam. Today I'm going to talk about why the Captive Primate Safety Act is critical for protecting primates in the United States. So sit, relax and enjoy the video. Humans like to pretend that we are different from other animals, but when it comes to primates, there is arguably more that unites us than divides us. Chimpanzees, for instance, share 98% of human DNA, and many of their behaviors, like forging friendships or understanding right from wrong, mirror our own. So it's both puzzling and saddening that they continue to find themselves at the receiving end of relentless abuse from our species. Take, for instance, the 4-part HBO documentary Chimp Crazy by director Eric Goode. The series outlines the seedy downsides of private primate ownership. Focusing on former nurse turned wild animal broker Tonya Hardix, who refers to herself as the Dolly Parton of chimps, the documentary shows her keeping 7 captive animals who were exploited in the entertainment industry as photo props as well as for films and commercials. Unveiling the reality of the animals treated as playthings, the documentary has sparked calls for the bipartisan Captive Primate Safety Act to be written into law, criminalizing the purchase and transportation of primates across state lines, as well as banning contact between primates and the public. Currently, it is already illegal to own chimpanzees and other primates as pets in some states, but over half of U.S. states, such as Kansas, Texas, Idaho, and Alabama, still allow these animals to be privately owned in some form. The exotic pet trade traumatizes young animals by tearing them away from their mothers too soon, in order to be sold as pets. Their complex needs can never be met in a human home, and often these animals suffer in their inadequate living conditions. They are often fed unsuitable diets and are subjected to the constant mental strain of isolation from other members of their species. A lifetime of this stress can lead the desperate animals to lash out, as was the case of Buck, one of the animals portrayed in Chimp Crazy. Separated from his mother at just 21 days old, Buck spent the rest of his life in his owner's Oregon home. He never interacted with other chimpanzees and was the subject of a PETA legal complaint against his owner for several breaches of state law. An investigation was launched, but before Peter got the chance to move back to an accredited sanctuary, he was shot and killed after he attacked his owner's daughter. His story is not the only one, and such tragedies could be avoided by passing the Captive Primate Safety Act. And then there is Tonka, perhaps the most famous chimp of the series. From the first episode, viewers can follow animal rights organization Peter's search for this chimpanzee, who Hardix claims has died. A focal point in the documentary is Peter's years-long lawsuit against breeding facility Missouri Primate Foundation, where Hardix started out as a volunteer and ended up taking it over from breeder Connie Casey. Tonka was one of the animals to whom she was the most attached. Appearing in online court, she claimed to have had him cremated. The second episode ends with the reveal that Tonka is alive, trapped in Hardix's basement. This kind of occurrence would be less likely to happen with the Captive Primate Act in place, as existing animals would have to be registered with the authorities. Peter enlisted the help of actor Alan Cumming, who was involved in the campaign for Tonka's release, and today Tonka lives at the Save the Chimp Sanctuary in Florida. Yet, Hardix remains undeterred. After Tonka was confiscated from Tonya Hardix, she went into a cage with another chimpanzee and she was attacked herself. But she still says that she would get another chimpanzee in a heartbeat, said Brittany Pitt, General Counsel of Captive Animal Law Enforcement at PETA. I mean, it's an addiction, an obsession, a sickness that these people seem to have that, they don't think that it could happen to them. And even when it does, they are still in denial about it. Pitt is hopeful that Chimp Crazy will start enough momentum to get the Captive Primate Safety Act passed. She likens it to how Tiger King helped push the Big Cat Public Safety Act into law. The documentary shows that confining highly intelligent apes and monkeys to human homes or roadside zoos is not only cruel, but extremely dangerous, Pitt told the Species Unite podcast. She also reminds of the urgency to pass the act. Chimp Crazy shows that confining highly intelligent, social apes and monkeys to human homes or seedy roadside zoos is not only cruel but also extremely dangerous. How can animal lovers get active to help these animals? Pete advises to get in touch with your elected officials and make your voice heard in favor of the act. Peter encourages everyone who was moved by the tragic stories featured in Chimp Crazy to contact their legislators and urge them to support the Captive Primate Safety Act. Species Unite is among the animal advocates fighting for the passage of the Captive Primate Safety Act. Please sign and share our petition in support of the legislation.